Hello, hello, hello.
Hey,
Hey,
what's
I
up?
ain't gonna lie. I like that little beat. I gotta figure it. Huh?
Give it a little bit of jazz and hip hop and bippity bop and boopity boop.
It's just a little free beat I found. Too easy or something.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bless it. Yeah. I be
What's
just
today?
hard to clean up my house. Just real
You been
bad.
chilling?
I've been outside and just sitting outside in nature.
Hmm. Whoa.
Mm,
That'd be it.
I cleaned up. Well, I cleaned up my house and stuff, but
Yeah.
it's mentally preparing myself to.
Return to worketh. Returneth to worketh.
Bliss.
Yes.
Hmm.
I ain't did nothing all day. I got on that grill though. Whip, 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 whip.
Hey, sometimes you gotta get on the grill and whip, 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 whip. Shit.
I ain't cooked nothing but some damn hot dogs and hamburgers. And that's it.
That's it.
Uh-huh. I wasn't finna wreck my brain cooking no shit.
Man,
And that's the easiest thing. Then I had that good hot fire shit. Them little hot dogs burnt all of them. Yes, Lord, I did.
not burner.
Yep, that's how you know they good and ready. They got the little
When they be
crisp on
burnt.
them. Yep, when they be burnt. If they ain't burnt, you ain't eating the goddamn hot dog. That shit raw.
I just can't eat hot dogs no more.
I can't. Cause I ain't had no hot dogs in here. I didn't eat none today though. I ain't had no meat since we did that fast. Cause I was like, bitch, I don't want no meat for real. It's the idea sound
I think
good.
I'm gonna quit eating meat again,
I don't even
and
be
just,
want no seafood no more.
I ain't never really just been no big fan of seafood.
Girl, I love it. I get me a good
I
fried
did.
fish sandwich.
What's them little? What was them little things we used to get from the little Asian restaurant? Them Joyce rolls.
Oh
Joy.
yeah, them Joyce roll. Love they was. I used to. Oh,
What?
what are you doing?
Uh, are you okay?
Girl, I'm sitting in my car, and this girl that walked up on me and scared me, like
Who?
Jason. Lily with this little teeny weeny afro of hers. That
Don't do
goddamn
that.
walked up on that made me damn. Oh. That made me cuss on this darn thing. Shit. I'm
What
thinking
just
somebody finna take
happened?
my life. Huh?
Y'all good?
Do what?
I said y'all good.
Yeah. She done walked up on me. I'm sitting in my car, mind my business. I have had to shoot me a Negro
Don't shoot nobody, Lord,
with an
please.
invisible gun. A gun that I don't own yet.
Right. When did we go to that class? Shit, about 4 years ago.
Man, 4 years ago, the damn license is finna be expired. Cause when we took the shit is when damn guns went up on prices. Before that, you could get a good gun for $200,
This
150,
shit
250. Now,
$9,000 now.
man, guns be like $500 and $600. I was like, I know you fucking lying. Nope.
I don't want one. And I sure don't want to buy one from my cousin, them, or somebody.
Right. They done probably been on the streets. Nope. They probably got some bodies on it. Nope. Because how am I gonna answer?
Huh?
How am I gonna answer for this stolen gun in my house? No. Cause y'all not gonna get me for a theft of property over $1,000. No.
Man.
Cause y'all done stole a gun out of Billy Bob house that y'all done robbed and scratched the van. Nope. I'm good. Then I
Real.
be then I be thinking too though, like when you start, and maybe this is just my line of thinking. I might be wrong. No, I don't. I'm not wrong. Let me stop saying it because that's me discrediting myself before I even get started. But I feel like whenever you start getting scary like that and feeling like you need a gun, you're inviting certain energies into your space.
I think the fear mongering in general is outrageous.
Yes, and then like with the whole ring cameras, I understand you need them. Some say certain situations okay, but like if you ain't had no issues or prompted to, like I don't. This surveillance around my house that's inviting to me,
Mhm.
inviting unwanted and unnecessary attention, and that's why I stopped watching a lot of them murder mysteries and ID channel because in my mind I'd be like, damn, that's probably how I'm finna die. I'm finna die like that. Oh, I'm scared, and put a certain fear in me that I had to get away from. That's my soapbox for today. I, I digress. But I have my word of the day.
Well, let's read the topic first.
Well, okay.
Okay. So, the title of this song is, I mean, what the fuck? I guess I'm finna make a song.
Guess
Title, Who Do
so.
You Love? Yeah. It'll come up shortly. Don't worry. Okay, on this episode, I don't know what the fuck that was. On this episode of Fuck Your Thought, so we were tapping.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. I guess I'm finna write a song in a minute. We will tap into the importance of self love and why many times people love others more than they love themselves. We will discuss what may cause a lack of self love and ways to choose you first. Of course, we will talk our sass and get off task in our usual West Tennessee lingo.
All righty.
Okay.
So the Merriam-Webster word of the day is sonorous. 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 It's having a deep, loud, and pleasant sound. What is a deep, loud, pleasant sound? Please elaborate, because I got
A
to know.
deep, loud, pleasant sound, maybe like a tuba.
Okay, so what it means, sonorous is an adjective used in formal speech and writing to describe something that has a deep, loud, and pleasant sound. Sonorous could also mean producing sound when struck and imposing or impressive in effect or style. Here's the sentence. The baritone's deep, sonorous voice cut through the din of the crowd, the voices immediately halting their conversations to listen more intently.
So
Okay.
like Barry White.
Yeah, I'm never
So
ever
if you
gonna
that's
give
why I
you
said
up.
a tuba, if you take it into like band or a baritone, like a literal baritone or a tuba or those brassy type instruments that carry that loud. but
I'm
Ronald
never ever gonna
Reagan,
stop.
yeah.
Excuse me.
All right, so I am doing my card pull from my relationship oracle deck, and I am going to do pull two cards today, and the two cards represent uh, a sacred duality draw. So I pulled the first one. I pulled originality, and it states that the frequency of originality supports our capacity to be unique and original creators of unlimited possibilities in every moment. So, well, and the second one is divine feminine, and the frequency of the divine feminine supports our soft, receptive, and nurturing side, facilitating our intuition and intrinsic understanding of our connection to the cosmos. So for me, I did a duality pull because that just describes me in general. I am a very dual person. I'm capable of seeing things a lot of times from both sides. So I just pulled it from there because that's just where I'm at right now. I'm just trying to understand things from both sides and from multiple perspectives when dealing with people. But
Mhm.
the originality and the divine feminine for me is when I am able to be my authentic self and able to sit in my original thought processes and how I really believe, it allows me to be what I would like to consider a divine feminine woman and soft in how I'm dealing with things and processing things. So those just I just sat and pulled those two cards, but that's just really like where I'm at in life. Like I just want to be who I am and be soft and nurturing and all the drama and bullshit. Like I ain't got time for this shit. So if you can't take what I'm dealing with or whatever, then just we're not dealing with or how I'm deciding to conduct my life and deal with the things that are aspects that are coming along and coming up in my life and how I'm handling things. And I don't even give a fuck. You just don't, I don't have to deal with you.
Mm.
So, and that's just an original thought for me because I've always kind of been like, well, that's okay. Seeing things from somebody else's perspective and not putting myself first. And that kind of can tie us into the whole topic of this episode is who do you love more or who do you love and why do people love themselves more? Love somebody else more than they love themselves, and this just kind of tied it all into that. I kind of got tongue tied a little bit, but
And it can be more than just somebody loving somebody else. Sometimes we love things and things, people, person, places, things other more than we love ourselves. Because
I
some
believe.
people love money more than they love themselves. Some people more love
I think some
religion.
people love the belief more than they love anything else.
Right. So that this does not always have to be loving somebody else. Because
Well, I
sometimes
just
people don't.
did it because that was
No,
just a,
I'm just clarifying just for the listeners. Like that
uh,
can be a love. If you want
yeah.
to kind
Some
of like
people do
idol
love
worshiping,
money more than anything, though.
huh?
I said a lot of people love money more than anything.
Right. So that's where we're going with this. Tell me, who do you love? Do you
Me,
love yourself?
I do.
Oh, here comes my cat. Mm. So we gonna so we'll start off. We can talk about reasons why some people may love other people or other things more than themselves. You know, and it comes from an array of things. It can be, but this is not. This is what I came up or what we came up with, but it's not limited to just that. So, an aspect of relationships, it could be certain attachment styles, different attachment styles, and we have talked about attachment styles on a previous episode. So if y'all want to, you can go back and refer to those, refer to that. But different attachment styles, huh?
I said, I was just gonna say let's kind of give a brief description of them, but we don't have to.
Brief
I've been
description of
reading
what.
this book on attachments though, that I will say, and it said, and it's talking about how your attachment to certain things, whether it's another person, beliefs, um, whatever, is broken down in levels. So it's the
Hmm.
five levels of attachment, and in the book it described it using the love for sports. So it's saying like at level one, you just enjoy the game. Like it doesn't matter if you're watching little kids playing or professionals playing. You don't have a specific team or anything. You just enjoy watching the sport. All the way up to a level five attachment to where you a diehard fan to where like if your team was to lose, then you would do, commit like crimes and shit because you
Hmm.
can't pull yourself away from the identity of I'm a part of this and my team lost, so now I gotta do whatever I have to do, kill whoever
Hmm.
or kill myself or whatever. So it goes from one to five, and then it explains two, three, and four kind of in detail, and just each level got worse with the attachment. And
Hmm.
then they were saying how you take that and apply it to other things like belief systems or just in general your belief system, what you believe in. Not
Hmm.
necessarily a religious thing, but just in general, like your thoughts of what you
Right.
believe.
And
Yeah,
what you're attached to, your attachments also.
right.
So sometimes your attachments can be more important than yourself in
That's what I'm
some
talking
people's eyes. Yeah.
about. Yeah.
So, and an example of that would be, say you have an anxious attachment style where you always feel like something or somebody's going to leave you. So you go above and beyond to prove that you're worthy and that you need to be kept to feel comfort. The only way you feel comfortable is if you are going above and beyond and giving more of yourself than you have to give, and not giving to yourself but giving more of yourself to somebody else or whatever you're attached to. And usually this attracts an avoidant attachment style, which is
Mm.
more than likely someone who does not want to be attached because for they don't really trust the process or trust anybody that they're with or trust in anything. So I don't know if you would consider them loving themselves more or not, but
Capable.
huh?
I think an avoidant person is not capable.
Of what? Loving somebody else more than they love themselves.
Or just in general,
Yeah.
loving. Like if
But
you
they
are,
I
if
mean,
you avoid attachment, like I can detach from certain things, but I don't think that I avoid attachments. But I
so do
can
you think
detach.
people that are narcissists love
Yeah.
themselves? They love
Uh,
themselves
no,
more than because I'm
I don't
trying to
think
get
that
it into
I think that they put themselves first, but I don't think it's out of love. I think it's out of necessity because you're lacking something, or you grew
okay,
up lacking something. So therefore, you're gonna do whatever you have to do to make sure that you get whatever you're lacking filled
by
by any.
somebody else.
Yeah,
So it's more of a
it might be.
self-preservation.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
okay.
Because you don't, all your basic needs are not met, or you living in survival.
Yeah. So we're
And then,
basically
but
saying
you
that
could you could you could
narcissists,
still not be living. You could have the mindset of I'm living in a survival, even though you have all of your things met because you lived in survival mode for so long that that's just your mindset now.
right? Okay. So that's
I,
so in the situations of an avoidant and an anxious attachment, those are both. different forms of narcissism too.
Yeah.
Because the one who is anxious that goes out of their way to make sure the avoidant is comfortable is usually a co-narcissist. You are needing that too. So both of y'all are having something, a need that needs to be met. And you need
One
that
is
avoidant
needing
person to
validation, and the other one is needing something filled.
yes. So both of y'all are low key searching for something.
But I was listening to this man. He's a coach talk about that, and he was talking about his success rate in um helping people in those types of relationships. So even if you are like an anxious attachment person or an avoidant a person, like those issues or whatever you're lacking or needing or whatever can be corrected through thought process change.
Right. In awareness. Cause
It's not an
sometimes
end all be all. It's still like once you go in to work on yourself, then you can make the necessary changes to not to have a functioning successful relationships,
right. And many
regardless of
times
what type of relationship.
and many times when people are avoided and they've been not avoided but anxious, they get wrong most of the time and they feel like victims. They're like, oh, but I'm giving and I'm doing this. And at the same time, you are, but you're not a victim because you need that
Validation.
thrill, validation. And the same
Mhm.
guy that you were talking about, I listened to him and he said that it's a dopamine and oxytocin hits that
Yep.
leads to the chase and run relationship. Both people need that. It's giving you quick doses of
Hmm.
dopamine and oxytocin that you need to feel validated and to feel good. And then he said that normally wears off after the first month or two.
Yep. I
And then
still
you
think
just,
it all kind of sums up to ego shit.
yeah, you're feeding your ego something, a part of your ego that
In
has
both
been broken.
on both aspects though.
Yeah, both aspects. And that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people feel like, oh, the anxious is giving and they're opening and they're
And
the victim and they're hurt. But
that gets misconstrued for I think empaths, and like some people say, "Oh, I'm an empath," and my husband or whatever is a narcissist. So,
Mhm.
but in all actuality, if you really break that down, it really be like anxious attachment and avoidant person.
And a narcissist and a co-narcissist because
Mhm.
you are inhibiting, not inhibiting, what's the word, you are
And everything, maybe.
enabling their behaviors, yes,
Mm.
because both of y'all love the dramatics of it and you both need it, so
So
at some point you're not a victim.
right? No, you're a participant. So in all actuality, all of that can be summed up to codependency on both parts.
Exactly, on both parts. And so that once again comes from lack of self-awareness also. And another thing
Life.
that,
If you've never paid attention to the patterns, like I can talk about this and I can see myself being in those situations in the past where I have been a anxious
hmm
attachment person, but it comes from previous relationships where certain things have occurred and I didn't get what I needed met. So now I'm anxious because I know this is what I want, but it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not being the
it's
need
more
for
so
it
of
is
your
not being fulfilled.
expectations,
Yeah.
your
Well, I ain't even
expectations
gonna
not
say
being fulfilled.
expectations, but because if you are in a marriage or you are in
Mhm.
a whatever, and this is how shit, well, there would be an expectation, but it's still lack of not getting what you were supposed to be, because even if it's come from childhood and you're not
Mhm.
getting validated as a child, like you really don't have expectations when you 2 and 3. You
Mhm.
just coming up like, oh well, you just growing up and you're not
But
receiving,
when
you're
you're
not getting
two
what
and
good
three, you
is.
don't under. When you're two and
But
three, you
you
don't choose
still,
your relationships.
that's
When
what
you
I'm
get
saying.
older,
So if you
you
two
choose
and
your
three,
relationships. You
yes,
choose
but
your
you choose
relationships
your
that you want to be
relationships
in. So
based
that's why
on how you was
that
raised at 2 and 3 though. That two and
yeah,
three
you do.
shit
You
can
do.
go into unless you do work on yourself. So say for instance, if you was abandoned at 2 and 3, this can affect you all the way up into your adult relationships if you never do any work on yourself.
Right. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. If you don't do the work, you're gonna need certain have certain
If
things
your
that you need
buckets are
met.
not filled, right,
And you are going to have a certain level of expectations because you didn't get that as a child.
right. But
So,
that still can, it still can go into, like, if you are in relation later in life, teenage years, relationships, whatever type of things, whether it's romantic or platonic, it's still,
hmm
if you never just take back and look at, okay, but let me look at these patterns of myself. So
hmm
it can start, it doesn't have to start, when you little, but after so long, you can't put the blame on nobody else. You just have to be like, damn, let me just take
yeah.
a
Why
break.
do I what am I missing that I'm looking for from this person? Why do I keep getting? And usually when you and once you what you find out, you keep running into the same people that treat you the same.
With
Prime example, Cardi B. I know this is a hot topic, and I ain't really into hot topics, but just watching her and how she's moving. She was married to one guy, and she's in a divorce, still married to this guy, going through a divorce or whatever. And then she chooses the same type of guy, just a different, same person, same thing in a different
And if
body.
you look at
Literally.
him, he's doing the same thing.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. So it's just a matter of at some point you have to be like, damn, why is this same person coming in? And I feel like if it's not, if when you start growing and learning, each person that you pick gets better and better and better. And you start seeing the growth, like, damn, okay, this person is treating me how I want to be treated or how I like to be treated. Okay, I'm feeling good. And each time it gets better and better. That's just my personal opinion.
yeah, that should
Okay.
growth,
So
because you attract what you are.
yeah. And then where you are in that headspace too, you start to realize like, damn, this motherfucker ain't shit. Or this ain't what's up. Let me
I
stop
ain't
and
even
think
gonna,
about it.
I have got to the point to where, like, I was talking to somebody earlier, and I was like, I have decided that I'm gonna stop saying people ain't shit, or people are broken or whatever, because I just think people are in the space that they're in.
Yeah, they're in the space that you're in, but to me, if it's a space that I ain't fucking with, you ain't shit to me. Cause it's not what I want
Well,
to fuck
I'm
with.
not gonna
So
say that you're not shit to me, because everybody is important.
well, you ain't
That
shit to
I
me. I'ma
just
say
don't have to deal with. I just don't have to deal with where you are in life. I don't have to deal with it.
well, I'ma say you ain't shit to me.
And
This
that's
ain't shit
cool.
that I wanna fuck
I
with.
mean, the connection could be not shit, but I don't know. That's
That's
just
your take on it, and that's where you at, and I'm just at a point where I'm gonna say, because I've been where you are. Oh no, that's no. I'm
no.
at a point where I'm
I
gonna say,
don't.
this ain't
I
shit.
don't.
You ain't
I
shit.
don't. I'm not saying it in no docile mean. I'm just saying I don't even give a fuck enough to say it ain't shit.
Well, I'm gonna
It's
say
just
it,
where
and
they at.
that don't mean that I'm caring, but that's just how I want to say it, and that's how I want to put it in my terms.
Yeah, I
And then
ain't
also,
saying you.
I know, I'm just letting you know that's how I want to say it. But so next reason we came up with is due to lack of self confidence and self awareness. And I found something what self awareness is. You know, sometimes we just think like, oh, yeah, I know how I'm feeling right now. But self awareness is not just knowing how I feel, it's understanding why you feel that way and
Mm-hmm.
start figuring out what is behind that emotion and what is bringing this on and digging a little bit deeper. Because anybody can say how they feel, but do you know
Mm-hmm.
why you feel that way? That's self awareness. And once you become more aware of yourself, you become a little bit more confident about how you feel because, or more self confident because you actually know how you're feeling and why you're feeling that way and what caused this feeling or whatever.
And
You can
then
pinpoint.
once you have this self awareness and you understand the reason behind it, a lot of times that does lead up to you having enough confidence to either speak on it or remove yourself.
Right. All right. So another reason why somebody can love something else or someone more than them love themselves, it could be due to situations where they were being emotionally manipulated by whomever or whatever, physically, mentally, all of that falls under it because you may have felt like that is love and that's the feeling that you were looking for when it's really not.
Say that again.
Okay, situation where you're being emotionally manipulated by whomever or whatever because you feel that this is love when it's not. The
But,
emotional,
but can you really be? Well, yeah, you can be emotionally manipulated, but after so long, does their manipulation turn into participation? Do you think?
yeah, oh yeah. It all of it turns to into participation if you allow it to keep going on and you know that shit don't make you feel good or it doesn't feel right. Because at some point you have to understand, like this ain't looking good, this ain't feeling right.
What if you never been in a place to understand that this is not how you're supposed to be treated? Like, say for instance, if we go back to that 2 year old that was abandoned, and then now you have grown up into this to a 15-year old with those abandonment issues, and now you never worked on yourself, and now you're 30 and you
Hmm.
still is participating in these type of situations, but it's because you never did any, you never was, what would you say, self-aware? Is that what you said?
Yeah, you never have any.
You
You don't have
never had
the self
any
awareness,
anybody to show you what that means. Then
right?
does that make you
At some point,
a
I think it
victim,
becomes
or
a
are you still a participant?
you are a participant, but then I'm gonna go backtrack on some of this because when I start when I listened to that one guy, he talked about the chemical reactions. A lot of this stuff we rewrite our brains after
Yeah.
some shit that happened to
This
you for
makes
so long.
you go back and talk about that episode we did on neurodivergence, trauma
Yeah,
based neurodivergence. So when you start to come out of that, you do have to rewire your brain to say,
yeah,
okay, well, this, it might give me an adrenaline rush to go in and kick in doors and fight niggas and shit, but then now that I'm trying to live, not me, but in general, I'm trying
yeah,
to live life differently. I don't want to kick in doors and fight niggas no more. I just want to be cool. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
so you have to rewire your brain to be okay with no drama.
Hmm. And that's a process in itself. Once again, that's gonna take some.
It's gonna take some going within yourself, and then it's like a lot of times people like, oh well, you need to go to therapy. Like, therapy is a starter, but if you just going to therapy for 25 years, then are you really changing, or do you just have a friend that you pay $100? Like dude said, I'm paying for my friendship.
Right. And at some point, you have to understand we do live in America where it's a we're a capitalistic based country. And at some point, as much as we love to say, oh, let's go to a counselor, is your counselor really giving you the steps to help you to
Right,
wean you
because
off of them?
you shouldn't have to go to therapy for 20 years.
At
Not for
some
the
point.
same thing.
Right.
Not, you shouldn't be going to therapy for that 2-year-old abandonment issue for 20 years.
Right. At this
Now
point,
you
you
might
just
go
paying
for two
somebody.
years for that, and then go for whatever happened to you when you was 5. For, like, it should be a state of progression,
Right. It should be a
a
build up.
gradual improvement, because you're aware of what's happening instead of
They
just
should start
staying in a
they should
state
start having graduations for
for
counseling
therapy.
on for therapy. and
They have graduation
I
for
think
AA and shit.
yeah, I think that people that do therapists should have milestones for people. You know what I'm
I
saying?
think
Like I
they
don't know.
do. But if you don't never meet them, if this is my job and my means of income, then I'm gonna just let you keep coming.
Yeah, because a lot of them don't really say shit. They just are hands off and just like, well, I'm just letting you talk.
Because
I'm just here to listen.
yeah. And I think that's what dude was saying was the difference between a therapist and a coach.
Mm.
And that's why he said he gave up his therapist license to become a coach, because
Coach.
therapy was, yeah. So that's like when I went through the certification to be a life coach, it was explaining the difference between a therapist and a coach. And a coach is just somebody that's motivating you to make changes. The same way you would coach somebody in basketball, you just coaching them in life.
So therapist is really just a glorified somebody
Friend,
who's paid to go to school and get the titles and the degrees.
I'm not gonna downplay anybody's,
I'm not downplaying it, but I'm just saying
but
that's the
in
difference.
totality, that's what it can turn into. Yes.
And then we live, like I said, in a capitalist society that has
Yeah.
given
And
that
if
gives
that's
more
what I went to
precedence to
school
that.
for, and this is what how I pay my bills. So if you feel like you need to keep going to therapy for 20 years, why the fuck would I tell you not
Right. And then once again, some people don't have a lot of self awareness and trust in themselves and their abilities
to make decisions, right?
to make decisions. So once again, it all circles back to codependencies, certain
Oh,
attachments.
and
It's
then
all
just
a never ending
how
cycle.
confident you are in your choices and where you are in life with
Right.
your abilities. Like, am I okay with deciding I'm gonna do this? This is what I want to do, or this is what I don't want to do. I
So
don't want
let me
to
ask you,
participate
do
in
you
this.
think most of this comes from childhood or does you think it's societal? Because sometimes, yeah,
I
some
think
of this
it can
stuff
be
comes from
both.
childhood, but a lot of this shit be just societal, the way that everybody feels like they have to fit into a certain.
I think it's society. Like, okay, you say you could have a normal, well, whatever normal means, childhood,
Right.
and then go to school and decide I want to be a part of this type of organization, or I want to be
Hmm.
this. So now I have to fit into this box. But if I don't
Hmm.
fit into this box because I believe this certain way, I believe in, say if I believe in blue ribbons, but the
Hmm.
society that I want to, I mean the organization that I want to believe in pink ribbons. So now
Hmm.
I have to change my entire belief system or thought process on how I want to believe in order to
Hmm.
fit into this. So now I'm having to rewire my brain to believe what
Hmm.
they believe to fit in. So it's both. And then if you
Yes,
take
both.
that and tie it back into, oh, I was abandoned at 2 years old. So really, I don't know who the fuck I am or what's happening.
Hmm.
So I'm not living
Yeah.
authentically or as an original person. So I'm just whoever the fuck somebody put in, whoever, whatever has been put into this box, that's who I am,
Hmm.
instead of being authentic. So you really not.
So let me ask you, do you think that children come here a blank slate or do they already come here knowing? This is off. I mean, it's on topic, but off topic. I mean, it's kind of
Well,
because this is something we talked about in
I think it
psychology.
be nurture versus nature. I think is a real thing. But
Hmm.
I also believe in like reincarnation and soul processes. I believe that
Hmm.
you know what your you innately know what you come here to do.
Hmm.
So whether you go through the process of doing what you're supposed to do determines whether or not you come back to this motherfucker.
Right.
Because I really think that Earth is a physical
They-
realm of learning. It's a school
Yeah.
for your
And you
soul
and you
to
and I think that you're
excel
the
or whatever.
closest when you're born, you're closest to that realm. So you remember that stuff, but the way that you
Remember.
come in here and people think that you're a blank slate, they reprogram you.
Uh-huh.
So
And
all
that's
of that
called
stuff is
domestication.
erased.
You're
Yeah.
being domesticated to fit into society. Because if you think about it, the way people are raised in the United States is completely different than the way somebody is raised in China or wherever.
Mhm. Yeah.
So it's about fitting into the society that you live in. It's like I was looking at this girl and had moved her family, her and her children, to Mexico, and she was talking about
Mhm.
how different everything was and how it wasn't as stressful. The food was different. So
Mhm.
I just think it depends on where you happen, where your soul what portal you come out of. And when
And
I
you
mean
came to this
portal, I
portal
mean
too.
womb, huh?
Yeah, and that also plays a role in too, because you pick where you come to,
You
so you
pick your
needed to,
parent,
you have to, yeah, this is the where you left off, and you have to
come back. Hmm.
come back to do that.
So how deep
I
you
was just
trying to go? You trying to go Bobby hit me deep, or you trying to,
Hey, I'm just asking, just because on the topic, because I know my mama always say, "No, children are blank slates when they come
they
here." A
are
lot of
not
older
blank
people,
slates
a
because if
lot of
you
older people.
people innately, you know how to hold you if you watch a child grow up, you learn how to hold your head. You pick up on holding up whatever you're feeding, like by watching. So even if nobody shows you, you're gonna learn what it is that you need to do to survive. Now, whether you come out feral as hell, or because somebody left you in the shed when you was two, or if you grew up
Mhm.
with a silver spoon in your mouth, it's still learning. So you gonna go through whatever process you got to go through to pick up to survive.
So I think that blank slate is more for the physical. You relearning how to make it on this physical
You learning
plane.
to fit into society.
Yeah, the blank slate is you learning the blank slate of this new body, this
Domestication.
new yeah, this new avatar. You're having to learn how to do the shit in
Yeah,
this realm right here, right now. But so it goes both ways. You come here innately, your soul knows innately, but your body is a blank slate. And
your
so I just
what they call it, yeah,
corporeal body, your
your
corporeal,
uh-huh, your meat sack.
yeah, your meat sack, your corporeal. But yeah, I think that it's so, because I know when we were in college and we learned about psychology, Freud and all of the so-called
Mhm.
top psychologists, they all, that was their biggest battle, innate versus blank slate. And so we kind of learn all of it, but Western society always leans more towards blank slate, and
Mhm.
that's to me
Because it's
more of
more of
a
a control aspect. If I
this
can
more
make
of a
you think,
control.
if I can
Yeah,
make you believe this is what happens if you do this, and this is what happens if you do this, or this is what
I can
happens when
feed you
this happens,
whatever.
that I can control you.
Yeah, I can give you whatever, and you're going to think that
Yeah.
it's right because you're a
And you
blank
can
slate.
believe
Remember?
it. Right. And you are somebody's got to teach you how to do whatever, but
Yeah. So I think it goes both ways.
it
I can
does.
understand it now. You're a blank slate as far as the physical goes, but as far as the spiritual aspect, you are
You are,
in.
you done this before. Like, because if you think about it, you go back like you talking about school, energy, I mean, your soul is nothing but energy.
Mhm.
So
I agree. Touche. Okay, so what's the next one? Another reason that somebody may love something or someone else more than they love themselves is chronic validation seeking disorder, and we kind of talked about that
mhm.
in the first topic. Chronic comparison syndrome, that
Mm,
goes back to societal norms
yeah.
and what society thinks
It's
is the
best.
norm, is best. And so you're comparing your
And
journey or what
social
you got
media
going
makes
on.
it so bad because you're comparing your insides to somebody's best. Like, this is the best
Hmm.
that I have to offer, and I'm gonna put it on social media. And now I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at all my shortcomings to all
Hmm.
of your best that you have. So now I feel, so like I feel like I can't compare to what you have because I'm comparing my raw insides to your my best filtered picture.
Hmm.
So it's hard to
Yeah.
love
You
yourself when
have
you're
to be mentally, you have to be mentally
strong.
strong to
Yeah.
really, and you have to know and understand that it's the internet. Like,
And it's just everybody's fucking opinions. Like, and what works for you, and what works for me. Like, I can feel, and what I believe ain't got shit to do with what works for you.
yeah. And
So
if you're
say if I
confident
believe,
enough,
like if I went, huh?
and if you're confident, and I'm just gonna say, if you're confident enough, you can sniff through the bullshit, and it ain't gonna matter what
It's
the
not
internet.
now. These are mosquitoes. Tell your girl up. Do you hear me? Them mosquitoes. Why they be so little now?
Girl, I don't know. Then they don't really be having blood in them. Everyone that done came to me be damn dry.
Be dried out. You think
Mm-hmm.
they
It be
hurt?
dry. Huh?
I
It'll
don't think
probably
they the
injected.
same. Them mosquitoes look different, and the oranges do. The oranges do not mold
I don't know
unless
this
you
shit
let them
mold.
sit on your counter for too long. Then they'll grow that white
They don't
penicillin.
even do that on the counter, girl. Mine be dried
Mine
up and
did.
hard. Mine, I be
They
buying
do
them
get
mandarin oranges,
hard,
girl. They
but
dry
then
up.
huh?
Don't fuck around and not peel that shit within the week. Bitch, that shit be dried in the inside. Be looking normal on the outside and you peel it and it be dried like beef jerky on the inside. Who the fuck, where these goddamn oranges come from?
I don't know. But with the orange peel been outside for 2 weeks, dog, and this shit, it ain't no ants on it. Ain't no. I'm finna
Do ants
just.
eat orange peels?
If they real, you would think they would be on there at least to
Or
be
they
like.
would mold, or they would mold at least.
All they did was get hard. It didn't turn no colors. It didn't do nothing.
Girl, that's why I
I
said the
never
apples
put
don't
my
even. You remember
tomatoes
apples?
on.
You remember apples used to turn brown from oxidation as soon as you bite them. Apples don't even turn brown no more. You bite them. You remember when we was younger, you had to eat the apple like
Yeah.
quick
Or
because
you
them
had to
just
put a little. What people used to put on a little salt so it wouldn't change
a little
colors.
salt or a little lemon juice, lemon
Yeah.
citric acid. Baby, these apples do not turn colors. I had an apple last week that looked like a peach. It
So
had a booty on it.
do you think that they have is it like 3D printed apples or
Probably,
are they just genetically modifying them to where they don't change?
they be having seeds though. I
You
know
can
what I
be
think
I
is,
mean you can genetically modify like that's if you're gene splicing, then it still can have seeds.
yeah, I think they're crossbreeding too much shit
That's what I'm
because
talking
what
about.
has
It's
happened
gene
is
splicing.
they have grown. You have to think about it. Used to, they were crop varieties. When they grew grains, they grew different strains of grain because you have to have variety to keep the soil. Because if you grow the
Yeah, I
same
get
thing,
that part, but I'm just saying, do you think that the apples
they probably are. Cause
is it the ones that your grandmama used to put on her table that was fake? Or
hmm
so because when you have to do so much to get all that stuff off of them, like I just want to have an apple tree in my
yeah,
backyard.
apples
Because when you
are
go
fake
to
as
the
hell.
farmers market and you get apples, they be having like dents and holes and shit in there.
Mhm.
It
And they
might be
be
a
little
worm in
bitty.
it. Yes, like the apples that I be buying, they be little. I try to get the ones that look like somebody would be like, "What the fuck happened to them apples?" Like I
Girl,
want the
when
apples where you look at them and they be like, "Ugh, something wrong with them apples," but they say that because they don't look like the plastic Barbie doll apples that be at Kroger.
when I used before I left Jackson, the biggest apples I have ever seen in my life would be at the Kroger's, all the Krogers. Them big Granny Smith apples. I used to love Granny Smith apples, but I started getting them from Kroger's, and them just look like coffee table apples. Them just was
So, do you
huge.
think that that's because of the genetic modifications, or
Hell
are they just
yeah.
fake?
They are genetically modified because ain't no apple supposed to be that goddamn big. Apple's supposed to be little
I
and
just be
gone in about
tripping
two
off
bites.
how shiny and waxy they is. Like, am I supposed to wash these with Dawn? Because Dawn get the get the oil
The
off the
wax
dust.
off.
So, do I supposed to wash the apples with Dawn?
You damn near probably wash them with apple and scrub them bitches with a scrubber, a damn scrub daddy to get the wax off, like you scrub potatoes.
Oh, that's funny.
Because, so at this point, really, we like you said, we eat
That
barbecues
was
food.
sarcasm, though. I was being
I
sarcastic.
know, I know,
Okay.
I know you be sarcastic. I'm just a answerer of everything.
Mm. That was
But
so
yeah,
such sarcasm. But I know they be gene splicing and uh genetically
yeah,
modifying that shit.
they genetic. We damn near GMO'd ourselves, bro.
I
I'm
know
convinced. That's the only
I
reason
almost
you can
got me that
live. You
cocoa
can't make it if
butter.
you natural in this motherfucker damn near.
Yeah, you gotta do a little so.
Every once in a while you clean your system out, but shit, unless you growing your own shit, then they spraying shit. So your shit gonna have a little bit of
Don't
shit
get
on it too.
sprayed anyway, especially here.
Exactly. Yeah. Cause all of my flowers in my front yard have mold spots on them.
They got what?
Every year they have mold on all my flowers that I grow on my flower bed. Every year they have mold.
Mm.
My what's them flowers that everybody be growing? Damn, with the big old blooms on them, the bush. I can't even hydrangeas. Every year my hydrangeas start off real pretty and green, and then about after a month they get little brown spots on them, and that's
Is it
called
the
mold.
sun burning them up?
Huh?
It ain't the sun burning them up.
No, ma'am. It's mold, and I'm trying to figure out where this shit is blowing in from, but it blows in from the south. Yeah, it blows in from the south. The winds blow in because it starts on one side of my flower, but the south end of my house, and it moves, creeps up north to the north end of my flower bed every year.
I ain't never paid attention to
And at first I thought that
it.
maybe I got too many flowers, maybe they're not spaced out. No, ma'am. It's like a gray, it's called gray mold, and
Mm.
it comes on flowers. And I think too, a lot of these flowers that are coming from these nurseries. We don't know where they growing these flowers at. If they coming from
Girl,
overseas,
in the shit, probably.
exactly. And so now all this shit is spreading across your garden. So
This shit,
I don't
I
know.
just be more and more disgusted every day.
I I ain't even discussed it. I'm just like, damn. Let me just yeah. It's easy to get disgusted, but these folk playing in our face.
They is.
Playing
I
in our
don't mean
face.
like disgusted. Like
Nah,
I
I
just
know what you mean.
damn, that's crazy as fuck. And then
This
oh
crazy
well,
as
just
shit.
keep going.
Yeah, keep going. Cause
Yeah,
nigga, I got to still survive.
yeah. Shit, wow, bro.
I still got to live. Okay, so getting back to reasons why somebody may love something or someone else over themselves. I kind of put this down, but I kind of forgot how we would go with this one.
Mm-hmm.
Chat GPT to find your emotions and feelings, the love of artificial things. Yeah, people are really looking
People
for
be using chat. How you say what is it?
Chat GPT.
GPT for therapy.
Yeah. Yes.
The fuck?
And people are
How
clinging
you
to
ask
artificial
AI
things.
what you feel, how you should feel?
No, I don't. I have
No, I'm
not.
not saying you. I'm just saying in general.
Yeah. People be asking how they
That's,
feel today.
that's,
How do
that's
I feel
weird as
today?
hell to me.
Well, I don't know. Chat GPT might know because everybody wearing these goddamn watches and shit. They might know based off of the levels because these watches are reading more than just your blood, your heart rate. They're reading more than they want to tell you.
I ain't reading
That's a
shit on me
whole
'cause I ain't got one.
I don't either. Like them aura rings, all these rings that are so called and jewelry that are picking up your biometrics.
What's the
We don't know
aura
how
ring?
a aura ring is just like them watches, them Apple watches, those wearables, but it's a ring that goes on your finger and they call it aura ring. So basically this ring is
This
picking up
read
your
your
auric
aura?
field. Yes, it's reading your auric field. And as we know, our auric field includes our immunity. A lot of people, they're getting into learning that our when they did COVID and that 6 foot apart thing, they started to understand that our immunity is linked to our aura. And if your auric field is
I
low
mean,
based off
I
of
learned that doing the. Okay, never mind.
Reiki,
Yeah,
yeah, your chakras, they're reading people's
all
chakras
that
now.
shit is. Yeah. Oh my god,
Pe-
you ain't got
They
to
are
wear.
reading your
Only
chakras.
ring
And
I'ma wear is a mood ring or a wedding ring.
no, ma'am, they got a aura. It's called AOURA,
Why would
aura.
you wear that though?
Because people they're marketing it as well, you know why? Because people want to fit in and they're marketing as, oh, it's just keeping up with your biometrics, help you lose weight to know if you're healthy.
But you
No,
know
ma'am.
that machine. You remember you that like the little lady that work at the herb store got a machine where it reads your bio.
Yes, I did that machine. I did it twice. I had a lady do it for me, and she hooked it around my head, my arms, and my legs. They've been doing it for years, but the equipment was a lot heavier and more
I'm not
expensive, and a
gonna
lot
put
to do.
no ring on, so that's hey, and I'm not knocking with nobody. If you want to do it, let me see it. I want
Yes,
to look at it.
people
I don't want to put it on. I just want to look at it. But like, no.
they're collecting data 24/7. The
If
phones
you for that,
already
you
do it.
might as well chip yourself. I mean, everybody got
They-
a phone anyway, but
But the phones are as only as invasive as you allow it to be. You're wearing an R ring that's picking up your R,
this
picking
is
up all your
wild.
biofield. And just think about the nanoparticles that are in your blood. So it's also picking up what's in your blood and what chemicals are in your blood. So the R rings are breeding. So that's why I'm saying, like, I'm rethinking this. Like Chat GTP or whatever might know how you're feeling based off of depending on if you're wearing Apple Watches, you're wearing wearables. The
And I
Fitbit was the
mean, if
original
I'm
wearable.
not gonna ask Chat GPT because I can just sit down and ask myself, well, Cammy, how do you
Right.
feel today? Why do I need something to tell? I mean, I get like if I want to do like blood work or some shit like that, but I don't want AI that into my like I don't even know how to word.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Well,
know how to word it, but like I don't want that.
it took the cake when they
I
called
don't
it
even
R.
know. Hey Alexa, play this. I turn all that shit off.
Girl, that took the cake for me when they just blatantly named it R. I said, "Oh,
That's play. That's I mean, yo, no, ma'am, ain't no
I mean
fucking
your
way.
auric feel like your gynecologist and your cooch, baby, all day, every day." Mm,
That's wild.
that's wild.
That's a whole nother topic too.
It's a whole nother. That's why I say I ain't gonna go around that. So that's why I had to rethink before I start talking shit
No, not the
because
gynecologist in the cooch.
oh,
This shit crazy.
but yes, yeah. So that goes back to people not being self aware.
But
You looking.
I mean that do make sense though. If you have this on all day long and it's measuring you
Mhm.
all day long, then it might could tell you how you feel.
Mm,
But
how
is
you
that really
feeling?
is it telling you your logistics or is it telling you it can't tell you emotionally how you feel, but it only can tell you
It might. It
this
might.
time. But for you, like, okay, so say for instance, for me, my mad might register the same way as your sad.
Yeah. It's different for
So
different people, but if
that's what
you
I'm
if
saying.
this shit is tailored, if these rings and these and we're looking at AI and AI is
But if
open. When
it's
we
the
talk,
accumulation of
it's
everybody's
open.
shit, then what?
Do what?
It can give you a cumulative example of what you think it is of what it thinks is happening. But is it accurate? Is it giving you? Is it given based on you, or if I'm just on? Because I've never used it, so I don't know. I ain't
It's
never used
giving it
it.
based off of it's giving it based off of you. So now let's go. This is just a quick when and you know how most of this stuff is named open AI or it
Yeah,
has open in front of it. That means that it's open to download whatever from you. So open means that this AI can be changed at any given second based off the data it's collected from you. When it's a closed system, it cannot just automatically update itself. It has somebody has to go in and give it to them. But open AI and all of this AI they're using is an open system. So anytime it collects any type of data from you, anybody at any point in time, it rewires this whole system to include that data and it upgrades itself. So that's why I say these wearables that people are wearing, it's a possibility that actual your specific wearable, it's
yeah,
not
but
doing it
it's not
cumulatively off
gonna
of
get.
everybody.
I couldn't get a good read from Chat GPT because I don't have it. But
Right.
somebody else that's got the
Yes.
wearables could, yeah.
Yes.
But still,
Yes.
I just don't see how it could actually differentiate between mad and sad.
Girl, this technology
I'm not
whenever
saying
they
that
get
it can't. I'm just saying I don't.
yeah, The,
I
the
get
way
it,
this
but I
technology
don't.
rolling, girl, it's deeper than we know.
But
They are way light
I
years.
don't want that to be. I don't. I won't. Well, I guess if you're comfortable with it, but I'm not. I don't want that type of invasive technology on. Like I don't want that.
I don't either. I don't. You can call me a 10-4 hat. I don't trust.
Yeah, I don't need. I don't either because no.
Because what if it takes like all the movies? Like what if it takes over? Eventually
Exactly.
that
But
shit.
you gotta watch Robot. Robot. The fuck.
Girl, no. It was a whole war with the robots, and the robots killed all the people.
They already taking. Mm-mm. Fuck no.
And,
It's
and
not
the
finna be
thing is,
AI
it's
cameras
not
out
even.
there, even
And
though
and
it's
then the thing
probably
is,
a thing called
it's
cameras.
not even finna be physical robots like that. It's finna be internally that based off of. It's gonna be internal self detonation. And you think about it, if you this thing, if this AI is
The
reading
zombie
your body,
apocalypse is gonna be real, bro.
the new religion is technology. I'm sorry, guys. It's not fucking going to church and praying to Jesus. The new religion is technology.
Yeah.
Oh God. What is wrong with me tonight? I don't be supposed to talk this much. Okay. But yeah,
Well,
because I just be cautious about this stuff because people don't understand, girl. They start calling you crazy. And the thing about this aura reading stuff is that's directed. They can do directed warfare on you specifically based off of what they're picking up from you. If they pick up your power and know that
but
you have,
people know that, and they
uh,
know that, but they don't care
yes,
because it look cool.
because it look cool. I just was listening to an article earlier.
But most
Of,
people don't. Most people don't. The stuff that we be listening to and listen and talking about and going into detail about, most people don't think
is
that deep on shit.
they don't want to think that deep because this when they get too deep, they're
I
going
didn't
to.
say they did or they didn't. I just said they don't.
They don't. And they don't want to, baby, because it's easy to just not be that deep and just be like, oh, okay,
Cognitive
and accept
dissonance.
whatever.
Yeah.
Cognitive dissonance is a real thing, guys. And so all of this is going into directed directed energy attacks on people. People don't know that shit is real. Y'all talk about 10 hats. That whole Havana syndrome that they did in Cuba, nigga, that was directed energy attacks on them people. Them people are still having neurological issues to this day based
Yeah.
off of what happened. This happened what back during Trump's first administration, and people in Havana, Cuba, they were in the US consulate or whatever. They got sick. They all of a sudden just started getting like
But
nauseous and
if
throwing
you
up.
think about it, they've been experimenting on people for forever. So
They have. And a MIT,
I just watched this video about where the Teletubbies come from. It was
uh,
four. It was four kids that was abandoned in a mental institution, and they had hydro. What is it called? Where they need a shunt, but they have the water.
hydrocephalus,
Yes,
hydrocephalus, they had water on the
they
brain,
had
water on
the
the head.
water on the brain, but they had did drill a
Mm.
metal wire into their head, and that's where the little things come from on the Teletubbies. The little antennas
Oh
that they
my
had
God.
from the kids. Each one of them
Yes.
had a different shape, and then how the Teletubbies talk, and they just be like, "Ooh, ah, ah." That comes from like the
Hmm.
actual. They were saying it comes from the actual recording of the children that they those. It was four kids. I think it was three boys and one girl. There were some little kids that they had left that some they had abandoned them because they was experimenting on them. So and they would always do that weird, you know how the Teletubbies hug and do all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
That's what they said. I don't know how true, but I don't put shit past
I don't
nothing
know.
institution wise and experiments. I don't put shit past none of
And
it.
that's why the son used to be a baby face. Oh Lord. On
Exactly.
Teletubby. Oh, that's creepy.
That is creepy as hell. And then they was talking about how the effects of the kids watching Teletubbies and how they would do the hugging and showing like the hugging and doing all of that type of stuff, how they picked it up, picked those behaviors up. So that's even when
Mm.
you go back and you like listen to different people talk about the kids that came out with the Peppa Pig, how they had the little
Yeah.
accents, and you growing
Yeah.
up in Arkansas, but you talking like daddy, daddy, because you watching
Listen.
Peppa Pig.
Listen, that's how Nola talk. Girl, Nola picks up all she has all the accents. It's funny, but it's not funny. My baby might be a little robot. But she like, you know how they say jet to holiday? That's how she talks. Like sometimes she sounds country,
Yeah,
sometimes she proper, but when she hears foreign language, sometimes she sounds like a little Chinese lady, the way
because
she talks.
she's imitating them. That's how that's and that goes back to when they say kids are a blank slate, because technically that's how the kids are being domesticated physically, but you still know spiritually. If you tap your children into the spiritual aspect of things, then they're gonna remember what they're supposed to be doing, sort of.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
the level of
But you have to guide
physical
them.
domestication, yes, and your level of physical domestication plays a part on how your belief system is set up. So if you believe in spiritual or whatever the original belief process is supposed to be versus what somebody has domesticated you and forced you in or colonized you into believing, it makes a difference.
Sure does. It does. And then as a parent, I'm learning that you also have to nurture your
Right.
children
Mhm.
to be open to be themselves.
Right, because
You know.
you raising them, but your really job is to guide them into what it is that they like,
There-
not what you feel they should be doing.
Yeah.
Like I get it, you gonna be like, no, you do have to do certain things to
Right.
maintain a livelihood in this society, but I still want you to do the things that make you happy,
Yes. And that
so that
fulfill
you can be
your
your
soul's journey.
original person and in your within your authentic self.
Yes. And fulfill your soul's journey. But a lot of times parents don't do that because parents are worried about what their child
What
looks like
it
to
look
them.
like. Yes.
What it looks like
Oh,
or what you make them look like. Oh, my son and daughter doing this and it look good. Oh girl, I can do this. I can talk about this. Up. And they're
mhm.
gloating about it's more for the parents
Yeah, because you living
uplifting.
vicariously through your children.
Yes. And that's another topic for another day too.
Right. Write that down on that
Mm.
list.
Where did this thing? Wait, I can't be on the phone and where my paper at? God damn.
I thought you
Wait.
have no, you good. We remember. I
Yes,
be
I guess we're gonna have to do a part two because we didn't
what time at 108?
yeah, we didn't get into a whole we didn't even get into the solutions or the rest of the stuff. I done
Hey,
went
well,
off
we
on a
can
tangent.
make part two. Who do you love? Part two, the solution.
Yeah, yeah, we can.
Okay.
'Cause I done got into this. I've been on this looking into this aura stuff, baby. Ooh, going down these rabbit holes. Rabbit holes to send you through there. But then when you start listening, you be like, damn, this is the truth. And
It
so
do be cool, but people be shallow, man.
they scared to go deep. Scared to go deep. And then like this warfare, like this energy warfare, they're realizing later,
Crazy.
this my last point. The student at MIT, she's an Indian student. I can't her name, Chandra something. She found out that MIT, mind you, this is an Ivy League college. They were sending directed energy to the black students, predominantly black dormitories or where the black people would be at MIT. So
Why?
this raised, huh?
You said they was sending what?
Direct energy weaponry to alter your mental state based off of sound waves, vibrations, directed energy warfare. They
What
were
was they
sending,
doing? What were they trying to see what would happen, or like what was the?
yes, more so for experimentation to see how the mental effects and how they could be controlled or cause them to do certain things.
That is fucked up.
At MIT, mind you, this is an Ivy League college. She found this out and she exposed it. So if they're doing this at an
Did
MIT at a
they kill
college,
her?
huh?
Did they put her out? Is she dead?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But she exposed it. So if they're doing this at a college, you know they doing it in real life to certain
Demographic.
neighborhood,
The
certain
salon.
demographic. Uh-huh. And everybody be so quick. Did they lose? They crazy because of this. They can't do that.
No, ain't nobody crazy. Y'all motherfuckers just don't want to open your mind up. Scared
Exactly.
the piece might fall out.
You want to make it about economics. It's economics, but it's some shit deeper than economics. Like I said,
Yeah.
that's a topic for another
This
day.
proximity is dangerous.
Yes.
Let me read this.
Very much.
So we'll be back next week, guys, with Who Do You Love Part 2, the solutions.
The continuation.
So, okay. We are root of your root and soil of your soil, bone of your bone, and blood of your blood. We boldly and graciously thank our ancestors for their guidance with our connection to source to gaining peace in our mind, protection from monitoring spirits, and the ability to send negativity back to the sender. The wisdom to communicate truthfully from an open heart space and allowing forgiveness to continue with our open heart spaces. The clarity to see success and accept joy into our lives while sitting in a safe place. The ability to create necessities for health and good energy. We overstand, understand, and understand the strength and power that's being bestowed upon us. We accept the responsibility of the gifts passed down to us. We walk in your strength and power today and every day. Ashe.
Ah, Shay. Hey, man, I was trying to send a message. Why I won't see it? There you go.
That shit's
Ah,
real.
Shay.
That shit real. Now I just read it out loud and really just paying attention
I don't know.
to
That's why I
right.
sent that little you ate with the T.
What that shit say?
That's you ate.
Oh,
You
good. I thought
ate.
that was a Black Power fist. Bye. What the
Right.
fuck? Alright.